Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. Hello, citizens of Gotham. We're talking more Bitcoin because I like Bitcoin. I'm a big Bitcoin proponent. We are, what is today? The 16th. We're probably 4 days away from the halving, which is when the supply of Bitcoin that is mined is cut in half. And, it's pretty amazing. So the price is every time there's a halving, the price typically goes up. So, and then there's people like Peter Schiff. So Peter Schiff is a big financial guy who is wrong about, but he didn't get Bitcoin. And unlike a lot of people like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, 2014, 2015 said, Bitcoin's stupid, Bitcoin's dumb. A lot of them have turned around and go, actually, I was wrong. Peter Schiff won't. And then he doubles down on why gold is better. And obviously he owns money in gold. He owns gold. So he's a big proponent of gold. But gold's an all right asset. But if you have $100,000 in gold coins, you can't send it to someone around the world with your phone. Like you can't travel with it. It's pretty hard to travel with it. Right? So, I don't know why he insists on, like, he feels threatened by it. And so there's a woman, Natalie Brunell, who she has a Bitcoin podcast and she's a big Bitcoin proponent. And she has some, if you go to Swan Bitcoin channel, swanbitcoin.com, and she's really like a lot of Bitcoiners. She's super positive. She gets what it is. She's really just trying to educate and empower people. And so Peter Schiff, I mean, he literally sounds like the dumb old man who's like, these 4 guys from Liverpool with their crazy haircuts, that Beatles hullabaloo, that'll never last. Like, he just sounds like that guy that was wrong at every point in history, just like rock and roll music, forget it, like the internet, that won't last. Who's going to go shopping on a computer when they can go to a store? Like, he's just that guy. I just like, just, and I think it's not that he doesn't get it. I think his ego is so in the way that he can't admit fault. So, and this is just how Natalie just chews him up. And on Bitcoin Twitter, it's kind of great because everyone just like retweeted this.
If Natalie were smart, as soon as this segment is over, she would sell all of her Bitcoin because if she doesn't sell it now, she's going to sell it later at a much lower price.
Right. Well, them's what we call fighting words, and I think there's similar drivers for both. But let me introduce the two, Natalie. Natalie, meet Peter. Peter, meet Natalie. All right, Natalie, some choice words for you. What would you tell Peter?
Oh, I know, Peter. And you know what? Bitcoiners don't feel the need to constantly attack gold because we're not threatened by gold. And the reason that we have this failed fiat experiment that has impoverished our nation is because of the defects of gold. The fact that it's not easily portable, it's not easily verifiable, it doesn't offer instant final global settlement. And so you know what? Centralized authorities hijacked it, they papered over it, and we have a system of leverage and rehypothecation that hurts the working class. Bitcoin is immune to all of that. It is the savings account for billions of people that we really need and can most rely on, and it offers that final global settlement that we need. And so gold is the analog version of sound money, but Bitcoin is the digital version, and that's why it's going to be the faster horse in this race.
Peter?
There's nothing sound about Bitcoin. It's losing the race right now. Take a look at your screen. Gold is up $25, $26, and Bitcoin is getting clobbered. There is no flaw in gold.
This is just like, this is a guy that like, how many times has he said whenever Bitcoin has a pullback, which it's having a pullback right now, it's at 63, 64,000. It might even be spiking up, but it gets to an all-time high a month ago of 73,000. And now it's pulled back to between 63 and 65,000, $65,000 a coin. And that's like, Bitcoin's failing. Like, I don't, what is he gonna? And every time then it starts bull running and everyone makes fun of this guy. He's such a, he's just like he doubles down on his stupidity and his jackassery. It's hilarious to watch. And she just like with a smile on her face just keeps blowing him apart. So he makes these dumb claims that don't make any sense.
For 5,000 years. The problem is the flaws with governments, the flaws with human beings, not with gold. But Bitcoin is really flawed because it doesn't have any actual value. Gold is the most useful metal on the periodic table. That's why it's money. Now, it has great characteristics that make it better money than other commodities, but absent its intrinsic value, it couldn't be money. And Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. It's just a digital string of numbers. And all of this is just a bunch of hype.
Anything could be money, right? On the island of Yap, they used to have big stone money. Anything could be money if people use it as an exchange. And this is the thing.
But that's because
But here's the thing, though. You have to. Bitcoin is on the rise. Wall Street has embraced it, and this is just a tiny speck. I mean, could you imagine, Peter, at the rate of recognition, if Bitcoin keeps going at this rate, it's hard to deny it can go substantially higher.
Now, I just told you it's been dropping for 2.5 years. That's what it made
an all-time high recently.
And I think that decline is going to accelerate. It does not keep going up. They suckered in a bunch of people. Wall Street didn't embrace it. They're just trying to make a buck off it. I mean, these big Wall Street firms aren't buying any Bitcoin with their own money. This is their customers' money that are dumb enough to buy it. They're just booking the bets. They're operating a casino. They're not at the blackjack tables or the roulette wheels. That's their customers that are doing that.
Natalie wants to jump back in.
You know, if you look at the short term, Bitcoin is going to be volatile. But if we zoom out, Bitcoin has outperformed gold. In fact, when Hamas attacked Israel, since then, Bitcoin is up 125% and gold is up only 27%. So let's really look at the numbers that we're seeing. And the best thing about Bitcoin is, again, no one controls the ledger, whereas gold is really vulnerable to centralization and top-down control, which is why we need a system that is a neutral place to store your wealth. We need a neutral system and protocol.
Don't even
that is
compare.
Bitcoin
Peter,
for the
why can't
digital
someone
world.
own
Bitcoin?
both? Why can't someone have exposure to both?
Yeah, well, first of all, Bitcoin has outperformed everything. So don't compare it to gold. It's outperformed stocks, real estate, bonds, collectibles. That's because it's a gigantic bubble. No, if you want to own Bitcoin, I don't care. If you want to lose money in Bitcoin, go right ahead. It doesn't bother me. But I'm trying to help.
No. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You wouldn't be getting all mad on a show like this, Peter. If it truly didn't bother you, why would you care? And you just said it. It's outperforming everything. Okay, so just you gotta understand what you're saying.
People advice as to what to do with their money. And if they want to have an investment portfolio, Bitcoin has no part in it. But, you know, if you like gambling, if you want to take some of the money that we're going to take to the racetracks or buy lottery tickets with or go to Vegas, if you want to take some of that money and gamble on Bitcoin or any of the other 20,000 cryptocurrencies that are out there, go right ahead. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but I don't want to buy any Bitcoin. I mean, sure, had I bought Bitcoin years and years ago when I first learned about it, yeah, I could have made a lot of money selling it now.
You could have.
Not years ago, Peter. 14 months ago? I mean, you know, January of 2023, Bitcoin was 19,000 a coin. Not years and years and years ago. Just you would have 3x'd your money if you would have bought it a year ago, a little over a year ago. You would have 3x'd your money. Okay, so once again, you're wrong. You don't know what you're saying because you're a dummy, but that's all right.
But I didn't do that.
That's something he said on my show. He wishes he bought Bitcoin.
Yeah. So Natalie, bottom line though,
But I'm not going to buy it now. And Natalie, you're going to wish you sold Bitcoin. Mark my words.
all right.
You're going to be ruined.
You know,
today.
we take all of this stuff.
If I'd only
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Give Natalie the last word.
I think the American dream has really been hijacked. We tried gold. It didn't work. It was papered over. That system has failed the American people. And Bitcoin does provide hope for us, the working class. We want to be able to work for something that has to be measured by a free market so that we can see real value emerge as opposed to being captured by politics and bureaucracy, which ultimately is a system that benefits the few at the expense of everyone else. And it's a system in which the politically connected and the special interest groups really are at the top. And so we need a system that is for the people. Bitcoin is for the people.
Natalie, thank you very much. Peter, thank you very much. Liz Lehman, over to you.
I was enjoying that.
Bitcoin is
Oh, Peter Schiff. Ah, Peter. I'm just going to talk. If I talk louder, the louder, then that means I'm right. I'm going to just talk louder. And, you know, the great thing about this clip, we're all going to be playing it when Bitcoin hits 100 grand a coin, 200 grand a coin. You know, we're all going to play this. We're all going to play this. So, and here's some hard numbers that Peter Schiff, I guess, doesn't want to enjoy or acknowledge, I guess. There's $400 trillion in global assets, right? If you add up all of the investment accounts, everybody's savings account, retirement, diamonds, gold, stocks, 401ks, you add it all up, there's $400 trillion in assets around the world. Bitcoin currently has about $1.3 trillion in assets. So it doesn't even have 1% of global assets, which would put it at $4 trillion, which is basically a 3x from where it's at today. So a 3x from where it's at today, it's at 65,000. That was from yesterday. Let's check the price right now. Just get a real-time price. The price of Bitcoin here, Tuesday, the 16th is 63,000. So a 3x from that would be $180,000. Roughly. Almost 190,000. That's a 3x. So if it just takes 4%. Gold currently has roughly $14 trillion. Of the $400 trillion in total assets, 14 trillion of it is gold. That's how many people are investing. Gold, you know, everybody says just buy gold. It's pretty surefire. Okay. But gold has been going up a little bit, but gold for over time is, as Natalie pointed out, Bitcoin has overtaken gold. So what if Bitcoin, just some people pull their money out of gold because Bitcoin starts performing better, which it already has, as Natalie pointed out. Bitcoin is performing better, has been performing better just since this last fall. What if Bitcoin just gets, you know, half of the gold money? What if Bitcoin goes from 1.3 trillion to roughly $7 trillion? Well, that's a 6x. So now we're at $360,000 per coin. When the fiat system really starts to collapse, people are going to look for a place to put their money. Some people will put it in gold, but if the US dollar collapses, then where are they going to put their money? Eventually, they're going to put it in Bitcoin. Well, and how do I know this? That's what happened when COVID hit. When the whole world got shut down 4 years ago, in roughly March 15 of 2020, right around that time, the whole America, everybody got shut down. The Bitcoin price dropped to like below 4,000. It was like 3,000 something. And industries were shut down and all that stuff that we all lived through, right? And then everybody started putting money in the Bitcoin. And then the Bitcoin halving happened in April, or May, it happened in May, I think, of 2020. So from March 2020, Bitcoin went from $3,800 roughly to the previous all-time high of 68,000 in 14 months. 13 months, March to April, 13 months in a year. And sure, the price has been pulled back and whatever, and the percentage of people who won't sell their Bitcoin keeps growing. People who just buy Bitcoin and hold on to it, the hodlers, such as myself. I mean, let Peter Schiff keep saying, it's dumb, it's blah, 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 blah. It's like Natalie said it. He goes, we don't have, like, Bitcoiners aren't like, gold is awful. We don't say that. I don't know any Bitcoiners that say that. Some Bitcoiners probably own gold, but we're all just like, yeah, gold, you might want to own gold. Maybe real estate's okay, but Bitcoin's the best one. It's the fastest horse in the race. Everybody always, we already know, but we don't need to, like, Anyway, it's great to see these people who don't get it. They love people who don't get it, love to shoot their mouths off to like lock it in, and it's on now. That clip is going to play forever. Because there's another clip when Bitcoin was at $1,100 where Peter Schiff said it's not going anywhere. Right? Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth, shave your knuckles for justice. But yeah, let's play this one real quick. Here. Here we go.
Except Bitcoin, including Expedia.
No,
300,000 transactions a day.
No merchants accept Bitcoin. They work with a company called BitPay. They accept dollars. What happens is there are no merchants that price their merchandise in Bitcoin. It's impossible. So it's a gimmick to try to pretend.
Bitcoin. It's their choice if they want to convert it back to fiat dollars. It's being used in trade finance between Brazil and China.
I didn't interrupt you.
They're actually using it. You're missing the whole story here.
People are using it to circumvent currency laws to transfer money out of China. They are not really using it in commerce. No merchants are you find me a merchant that is pricing their merchandise in a Bitcoin. I will this is one Bitcoin. All
right, this is in 2017 when the Bitcoin price was, what is that, just under $1,200. So he's historically wrong. He goes on these shows and shoots his mouth off. I don't know why these shows keep having him on. Maybe he's good entertainment or something, but there he is, wrong again. 7 years ago, he was wrong. Bitcoin is dumb. Don't you wish you could have bought Bitcoin when it was $1,100? I do. I own a lot of it. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, support what we do. Shave your knuckles for justice and buy Bitcoin. Boom.